Are you ready?
Hey, what's up, guys? Tank here, and we are coming back with our next installment of the Super Battle Road Team Building Guide. We are now coming up on level 38, which is Youth. So we are going to take a look and see what our options are. These are going to be all of our leaders. Now, I think I opened them. Yeah, I did open them all up. You really can't use some of these. Like, okay, so he's a youth category, but he's only 50%, so it's not good. He himself is he lowers attack, but that's really it. His passive is okay when you look at it, but his stats are so bad that he would be really bad in Super Battle Road. Um, I mean, he is giving this, which is not the this is not bad as a floating unit. Um, and this is not bad either because there's a not this, but this Kid Trunks you could fulfill. So if you're doing this as a free to play, this is something you could do. If you have other units, though, I would not bring him. Next is this guy. Same thing. So a smaller lead, so it really does not work for Super Battle Road. But he does stack defense, and he can heal with. There's not gonna be any candy. Never mind. But he does heal in general a lot because he does create orbs and stuff. So if you get his defense up a little bit, he can possibly heal you a lot, but not the best choice. Little bit better. Now we're at the 120 lead. You can only have this card if you were able to complete all the missions on the first Super Battle Road, the first couple stages. So definitely, does it say here? Probably pull it up here. Which stages was it that needs to be completed? 1 through 10? Been a while, so I forgot how this. No, that's Brazengok. Definitely should have had this ready to go. Nope, so it's the next stage then. The stage right before the one that we currently have. 21 to 30 would be able to give you this guy. So he's not terrible. You're gonna be able to get probably his entire youth passage here, so that's not bad. I believe he still is missing because I believe like all of this all stacks, so you would want a team that is, if possible, all people that consist of Dragon Ball Seekers, DB Saga, and Youth, but and join. But obviously, it's gonna be almost impossible, I think, to make a full team that fits all four of these categories. But that would be activating their full passive, which would make them actually pretty good. So you're probably only going to be getting Youth. Maybe you'll have some with Dragon Ball Seekers, maybe some that are DB Saga, but mostly Youth, which is only going to be 7% up to 35. So you're just getting 35% attack and defense, which is not great. If you can mix in some of these, you'll get more of a boost, but he only is okay and usable because of his LR stats, and he has a medium chance to stun. Besides that, not offering much. I do wish this unit was better when he came out, but I'm sure what's going to happen is he'll get an easy A, within the next year or two, and then he will actually be very good after that. Because as we keep going, you'll see the others. There's another Super Battle Road unit that actually is really good. Not for this stage, but he still is really good. So then we get to Goku here. So you're able to actually use him as a main lead if you have him. He is DB Saga and Youth. So obviously we're here for Youth, but sometimes these categories cross over a lot. So he's going to be a 150 flat. He does have a medium chance to stun, which is 30%. 77% attack and defense, which is okay. But then he gets, it's like Super Saiyan 2 Goku, I believe. He gets an attack boost if you have more HP. The lower your HP, the higher your defense, right? So puts you in a sticky situation, but if you are low on health, he will have really good defense instead. So I wish it was the opposite way, but it is what it is, right? I mean, there's pros and cons to it being set up this way, and if it was reversed, it might not, it could have issues as well. He does get Ki +1 and 10% attack and defense at the start of each turn, up to 59%, right? So you're probably not going to max this out, but you're probably going to go to 4 or 5. You're going to be really close to maxing this out. If you do get below 59 HP, now this is not a turn restriction, which is great. So if you actually keep your health below there and maintain it with like items and stuff as you keep entering stages, you can start with this active skill. And this active skill, keep in mind, I'm pretty sure I have yet to hear anyone like confirm with me, but I swear this active skill is the loudest active skill in the game. Every time I pop this active skill, I keep my phone generally on like the 1 volume, like of the full volume bar. It's like a 1. It's right before mute, and that's comfortable for me. I have to mute it as low as that is. I have to mute it because it like almost blows out my speakers every time. So keep that in mind if you pop this active skill. Probably lower the volume. It's going to deal ultimate damage, which is really good. So it's a really strong active tech, and if you pair it with this, it's a guaranteed crit. And then if they're not dead and you attack with him after the active skill, he will still have a guaranteed crit. So very, very good, especially for Super Battle Road. Any active skills that deal with like this crazy amount of damage, always great to have free damage like that. Now, if for some reason, this is for once only, so whether you use it with the active skill or not, so keep in mind, if for some reason, and this should never happen, but if for some reason you entered the turn, you had the active skill, which means you also have this because they proc at the same time, and you didn't pop the active skill, like for some reason you thought, oh, I'll come back to it, which there's no reason for that, it won't crit next time around. So in Super Battle Road, this doesn't really matter so much, but if you were in a longer event, which is sometimes where you might say, I'm not going to pop the active skill, I'm only in like the first fight, that does take away his guaranteed crit, so keep that in mind. Decent links also for this team, so definitely a good leader. Probably the best leader though, it's tough. I have him at 90% and I only have him at 55%, so I feel like he's a better unit, but if I had him at like 90% or even like 1 dupe, I feel like he might actually outperform the Goku. So that's more of a bias that I currently have. Because I didn't pull too much for him, really. I just went for 1 copy and I stopped. He's going to be youth, HP and attack 170 and defense 130. So now you're actually losing a little defense because he's Goku's 150 flat, but you are gaining more HP and attack. So give and take. I'd probably say double of Gotenks is better than double Goku, or even bringing at least 1 Gotenks. Even if you have Goku, bring 1 Gotenks. I don't think double Goku would be the way to go, but that is my opinion. I think you're better off having more HP and more attack, especially if you're going to be using items. You can get away with the lesser defense. So in his base form, he's whatever, he doesn't do much. He just greatly raises his defense, right? So it's 50%. So make sure he's slot 2 or slot 3. He is a really good floating unit. He's like, not really good. He's a preferable floater unit because he doesn't do anything really in his passive. He just exists. That's his passive. Hi, I'm here. And you transform on turn 3. So let's say turn 1 starts, you pick him up, you put him on, you put him off. He's going to come back then on turn 3. No, sorry, that's turn. No, I'm thinking of something different. I'm thinking of as from Super Saiyan. So no, yeah, if you had him turn 1, you'd probably actually keep him on, and then turn 3 would come around, he'll transform. Now, once turn 3 hits and he transforms, this counts towards this active skill for his transformation into Super Saiyan 3, which you could get, right? It is possible. So if you wanted to, you could off-rotate him then from turn 3, and then when he comes back, he will transform into Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. But if you wanted to keep him on rotation, you could also do that. You might go an extra turn where now you didn't pick up Super Saiyan 3, and you could have, but he is still really good in Super Saiyan because he will still greatly raise defense, and he gets a 70% chance to stun. Super valuable, so if you keep him on rotation, there's a lot of positives. If you wanted to push him off rotation, you actually can then end up getting this, which is really good too. We'll go into that. So he gets 100%. Now this is all random, which kind of sucks. So don't really count on it. So he might get 100% attack. He might get 100% defense. He might get any variant of that, 50 and 50. It's all over the place. But he also has a built-in 25% chance to stun. Also really valuable. If we get to Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, he's going to drop to a 50% chance to stun, but he really starts putting out like a lot of damage. So he greatly raises attack and defense, right? It slightly stacks for 3 turns. He gets an additional guaranteed 100% attack, and he gets the great chance to super attack 70%. So you're probably double supering. So even though this drops to 50, you're probably double supering anyway. So there's a good chance you'll get it. A very, very powerful form, very rare to see. In this, Super Battle Road, you might see it. I don't know exactly how difficult this is going to be, but if you never see Super Saiyan 3, that's not a big deal. He is still very powerful here with a 70% chance to stun, and he's probably taking double digits after he supers, depending on, especially if he gets both of these to proc. Like there's no way he's not taking double digits. But if he, let's say he didn't get either of these to proc, which is unlikely, I think he would still take less than 1,000 damage with just this. So let's keep that in mind. So let's continue through and see who our other options are going to be. Yep, sure, I would not bring them. I'm gonna pull them up just to cover them real quick. Absolutely. Okay. So he is really, really good after his EZA, but he is only good if you're able to have a Goku on rotation. It has to be an adult Goku. So kid Gokus, like they don't count. The youth Gokus don't count. So unfortunately, because you can't activate his full passive, I would not bring him. He's not terrible if you can activate his full passive. You know what? Yeah, we'll open him up. Actually, we've talked enough about him. Now we're going into a lot of TURs that. Go 10. Nope. No. Well, yeah. Let's open that up actually. I think she's actually the worst either. Yeah, we actually have some good options here. Always a good thing, right? Some good options here. Definitely take a look at the... Oh, I did not realize he was actually here. That's awesome. I have not even taken a look yet to see my own personal team builds, so... Alright, and that's it. Alright, so we have some good choices here. So LR, Super Saiyan, Gohan. Clearly a very good choice. After attacking, he's going to raise his own defense no matter what you do. He's going to have just high attack stat and defense overall. You're not getting this transformation, unfortunately, so don't worry about that. But after a turn or two, even without items, he'll probably still not take damage. Like, even if you don't pop an item, within, like, a turn or two, he will have enough defense to not need it. As a free option, right, not bad. He will greatly raise defense, so definitely try to choose between this first one and the second one. So you're probably going to actually want to go with this one more of the time, depending on the situation, because it seals. So sealing is very powerful. But if maybe they're stunned or something, and this is the greatly raise, obviously not, but he will still have a much higher attack stack. It's mega colossal. But yeah, so definitely a good unit. Gives you some versatility there. They also change rainbow. They change orbs to rainbow. Really powerful to have that. There's another free-to-play unit we'll have that does that, so I don't know if you want to run 2 of them, but if you were trying to pick, this is a good choice. They get attack 30% and ki +2 per, yeah, so they double up on the ki, and they get 30% damage reduction as the first attack, right? So very, very, very valuable. Definitely a good unit to consider bringing. I actually have not finished them. I've been extremely lazy. I wouldn't even say lazy, actually. I just have so many other units that I'm always going to run over them that I have not done it, but they actually are still really good, especially with this damage reduction and sealing. Very, very powerful unit. These guys, so if you wanted to bring them, you have to. There is no other option. You have to get this. You have to get their 18 key super. If you don't get their 18 key super, they lower their own attack and they lower their own defense. So extremely scary to bring them because there's a lot of randomness, but there is going to be a lot of rainbow orb changers on this team, and yeah, they do have, some healing, so you could make it work with them if you are really like Like, you have no one else to run. They can put out some decent damage too, but definitely don't bring them unless you have really are, like, you know, struggling on choices. So this guy, we've covered him before in a couple other ones that he's gonna be in a lot of of my showings. Even though I don't freaking have him enough with the rainbow orbs, which is killing me. So yeah, I'm not actually gonna cover him because he's really good. So definitely bring him. This guy, you definitely have to protect him. No defense at all, but he will put out insane numbers. So depending on how strong or how high health these enemies are, he could be really good. He's definitely going to be in reserves, right? We're going to see like how much defense these units have, how much health they have, because if he is able to start one-shotting units, then he has value. But if they have so much defense and so much HP that he can't make a dent, then defense will matter, and you would not bring him. B-Pan, really good chance for her chance to stun here, recovers HP, so that, and then if she gets her damage reduction, right, she'll take very little damage, and then she'll heal most of it up, so win-win. Yeah, so if you're able to do this, he becomes a monster, but youth is excluded, so unfortunately you can't run him. You could still run him even though you'd be missing this damage reduction part of his passive. He still is very strong in general. You just have to... See, I wouldn't go for the stun because it's only 30%. Of course it could happen, but I'd probably, to be safe, go for this. Unless you're popping items to protect him, I'd go for this because he will greatly raise his own attack and defense, and he will then be able to tank. So this guy, I hesitated because... hesitated because I was like, wait, I don't know, like... But then I remembered... No. Where is it? Yeah. So... running these two together is going to be an insanely powerful rotation. I'll kind of cover them already in some of the other stages. So they have almost identical passives. They both have 70% damage reduction after they super. I think this he has more attack. He has more, you know, they're like almost actually identical. They actually share all, like, almost everything too. So put whoever has less type advantage hits, right? So if there's a bunch of int units, obviously don't put him, and if, you know, vice versa. So put that person first. Probably will have to pop damage reduction, like a Whis or something, because in that very first slot is where either one of them are vulnerable. They only have 40% damage reduction in that first slot, so you can get clapped. But after they super, they're going to be, just from their passive alone, 70% damage reduction. 40, then 30 activate. So they're at 70%. And then if you have like a Whis on top of that, it's almost impossible for you to take damage. Even if it was a super attack and it was like a type disadvantage, like you'd probably still take really close to double digits, because it's just so much damage reduction. So both very good options to keep as a solid rotation. This Gohan, really good unit. I've used him a bunch of times already, so I'll quickly cover him again because he's going to be important to this stage, I would say. So he has a rare chance to evade, right? That's 15%, so not much. He has 30% to stun, not much. But after he supers, so if they're attacking before he attacks, this is not going to proc. After Gohan supers, he gets this 30%, and then he gets a high chance, he gets a 50% chance to evade as the first attacker. I wish it was just him in the first slot, right? But it's after he attacks. So if all the attacks are before him attacking, you're going to probably get hit a bunch of times because you only have 15%. If you were building him, I'd build him mostly with dodge and additionals, but you're probably going to get hit. So be very careful there. Then he gets a medium chance to evade if he's slot 2, which is 25%. He will fully recover HP when you're below 30%, kind of like Cell does. And he has like a massive attack stat after that and a guaranteed crit. So very, very, very good unit, especially for that heal. This EZA Gotenks, right? Not the worst. You do have to... Right here, this is his only niche. He gets 70% defense when Ki is 11 or less. So as long as you're able to maintain that, he'll be fine. Like, he won't be the best, but he'll be okay. He'll deal a lot of damage, which is nice. But if you have issues with this, or the team has issues, meaning they just give each other too much ki, then I would not bring him. I actually don't have him. I've never, even if I have him, I've definitely never used him. So I don't know how the ki would work on this team. I'd probably not bring him. I'm imagining this team is going to be perfectly fine with ki, and it will be difficult to maintain below 11, but he is a choice. Now, she is really not great. She's only here because she does give all allies 3 ki and 40% attack, right? So that would actually directly contradict running with Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. But she is going to do this, which is really powerful for the whole team. And she gets a chance to evade. You're probably not running many Peppy Gal units, so this isn't going to be super high, but she'll be at least 30%. Actually, I don't think I clicked on it, but there is another person I'm thinking of that I didn't notice. Really? How? Oh, wait, she's an SSR, that's why. Yeah, she's an SSR, that's why she's not a TUR. It would be the other person you could actually bring, which would work well, and she would then give that Bulla, was it Bulla? Bulla, yeah, the extra 30%, so she'd be at 60% chance to dodge, which then becomes actually like, you know, you can kind of hold your breath on that. She's not the worst. She needs to be with Goku though. That's where she gets her big passive, right? 81% attack and defense, and basically auto supering, is when she's with Goku Youth, which you can clearly run as a rotation as he's one of the main leaders, so definitely possible. It's also people that include Goku Youth, so those other people we mentioned where they're like joined forces cards count towards this. She also will raise attack and defense on super attack, so she's actually really not a bad option at all. And will work with her, allowing her to get her full dodge passive, which would then be 60%. These guys, right? I believe they're out right now, or they're about to go away. They lower attack, which is, you know, that brings value. Besides that, they're okay. They're nothing special. Yeah, but because they lower attack, we're gonna put them on here as a possible person to use, and they're also free to play. So this guy, really good support, especially if you had the other LR Gohan. This guy would actually help him out in terms of defense a little bit, and he would give that Gohan possibly the chance to like start one-shotting people, because he's going to give 50% attack and defense. He's going to create the orbs, so super valuable. Can really help out that Gohan. He also can raise his own attack and defense by 30%, so he himself becomes a little, you know, pretty reliable. Now we get to EZA Ghost Tanks, who's also really good after his EZA, so greatly raises attack and defense. He is a little bit of a nuker, so he does need attack and defense per key sphere to gain his defense even more, and he gets this 50% chance to stun, so really valuable. I'd say probably you bring him. Like, I don't see a reason actually you would not, because he also creates rainbow orbs, and he recovers HP, so yeah, does everything you actually would want. This guy, he's here for his stunning chance. That's pretty good. He's also a free-to-play EZA, so I believe him and the other Vegeta were out. So he will stack, so definitely try to get him to attack after. He will disable enemy guard, which is like whatever. He does have a built-in chance to dodge, not something you could count on, but it is in there. If you somehow get the kill with him, he does recover 28% HP. Not reliable, right, because his attack stat's not going to be really high, where he's going to usually be the one dealing enough damage, but you could, I guess, make that work if you got lucky. Or he could dodge, but could also get lucky. Or he could stun. So a lot of RNG you would want. A lot of the things he can do have low chances, so hopefully one of them procs, and it might come in handy for you. This is another free-to-play unit. A lot of free-to-play options here, which I like. So he raises his defense on super, which is pretty good. His attacks... His defense stats like suck overall, so I wouldn't really count on him. Definitely a floater at best, but yeah, if this procs, like, he'll have even more defense, but if it doesn't proc, he really has like no defense, so not a good option. But if you are low on people to pick, you could pick him. This guy, unbelievable. Like, So good. Probably going to be one of the MVPs. So he's going to give all allies a key and 40% attack and defense when facing 2 or more, which is going to be most of the time. Let's actually take a look. Yeah, so it's so for these two, because there's 3, it'll be most of the fight. For this one, once you kill off one of them, it'll go away. Yeah, so very valuable. He will raise his own attack and defense, so definitely a really good slot 2 unit because he has great links too, so he can give links to everyone. He's giving key, he's giving attack and defense to everyone, and then he can stun. And then after he attacks, he's probably going to take next to nothing anyway. Very powerful. This guy, so his value will be right here. Guard at all attacks versus World Tournament. An enemy including Goku. So let's see. I think... Yeah, I know he's... Yeah, I know their World Tournament for sure. Yeah, World Tournament. He is not World Tournament. I mean, no, he's definitely not World Tournament. Yeah, so he would not do well in the first fight. But if you get past the first fight, then he'll have he will guard all attacks, right? So then he will have a lot of value. He does have a medium chance to stun, right? And then he can raise his defense by, up to 120 at the start of each turn, though, right? So you're gonna get what, 3, 6, 9. Yeah, that's only, yeah. You could definitely get his full passive. So as the turns keep going, he's just gonna get stronger and stronger, which is pretty valuable. Yeah, so he's not a bad choice. You would have to protect him heavily in this first fight because he won't guard. And he has type disadvantage, so you have to be careful there. But after this first fight, he's gonna be like slot 1. Yeah, he's definitely gonna be slot 1 worthy. There's no more STR units, so he's gonna guard even if there was an STR unit, but there isn't. So he's gonna guard and he's gonna be doing really good damage. So good unit. Let's see, this EZA Vegeta, who I still never got because I never did his event. He's gonna raise defense, which is pretty good. He gets 60% attack and D. Okay, yeah, I mean, not special. He's okay, but not special. So here we go. This guy, his EZA, definitely coming up in this next year. Same as the other Gotenks. Oh no, he just loses defense. Yeah. Nah, I mean, I would actually not run him. Those free-to-play cards are going to be better than actually picking him. And now we get to Super Saiyan Gotenks. Now he does contradict with the STR one. The STR one is far better in my opinion. But you could run him. Well, you could even argue actually, because he is going to seal. The other you can't argue. The other Gotenks is supporting the entire rotation. He is far better. But this guy's able to seal, and he gets defense with each super attack performed. So keep him on the rotation if you can. He'll seal, and as he keeps attacking, so he'll get more and more defense. So not bad. Then we get to that's it. Okay, so let's pull up. And let's see what we are going to go for ourselves for our first run. Because I want to include that as an option, her. I don't think I'll pick her, but I just want to see. So, who was my lead? I'm going to go with Gotenks. You know what? I'm going to take off the SSRs. Yeah, because I don't think I'll pick her anyway. We're gonna go with the Gotenks. We're gonna go with you. Oof, this is a really powerful team actually. There's a lot of choices you could bring here. And then I'd bring another Goat. See, now I don't know. I definitely want to bring both of them. They're so freaking good. So it's going to be, I guess, depending on how difficult the stage is going to be. One of these LRs might get dropped. But honestly, I feel like this might be super easy no item run. This team is super stacked. Maybe I would drop him for her, because if her damage reduction procs, she's gold, like, and her active skill can probably end anyone. Once the rotation attacks, like, you'll just end people. So I'm in between them two. I also just rainbowed her, so I kind of want to use her, but I'm probably gonna start with this, and we'll see how everything goes. Yeah, there are 2 tech units. Yeah, it's 2 AG, so it's the same. Yeah, we're gonna go with this. We're gonna see just how it goes, and then we'll adjust from there if it's, you know, difficult for the no item. That's obviously the priority. Beating this with items, I have no worries. But that is it for this one. Let me know what you guys think. What are you guys running? There's a lot of options for free to play, which is awesome. So let me know what you guys are going to be doing down below. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.